Good morning, dear students. Now we are going to discuss about social group work presented by Mr. A.Mahimai, Assistant Professor, Department of Social Work, St.Joseph's College of Arts and Science, Autonomous, Cuddalore. The social group work, we are going to discuss about types of groups. The types: formal groups, informal groups, managed group, process group, semi-formal groups, goal group, learning group, problem solving group, friendship group, interest group. The first one, formal groups. What is formal? The formal groups are created to achieve specific organizational objectives, and usually they are concerned with the coordination of the work activities. The formal groups, the most of the formal group of the people, they're doing the same, achieve the goal of specific goals. Especially the organization will have the organization targets in month of end. They are going to complete for this project. For all the workers, the group of the employees, to achieve the specific goal and a specific objectives. So that is a formal groups. Informal groups. Informal groups are based more on personal relationships and the agreement of group members than on defined role of relationships. So the informal groups. So informal groups mean and personally activities. Somebody's have the own ideas. Somebody's the manager or a team leader will be give some ideas. So the team leaders give some ideas that will be followed formal groups. But informal group members, their personal relationships have that. Only for this work I want to do. So informal groups. So they are doing different kind of works. There are depend on others sometimes. And then companies are the different types of works will be doing for the informal group members. They serve to satisfy psychological and social needs not necessarily related to the task to be undertaken. Yes, informal group members. They serve to satisfy but personally and psychological and social need not necessarily related to the task. So some of the NGOs, will have, you're also working there, and social development, you're also going to social worker, and NGOs give some task, but as informal group members, they are not necessarily related to the task. And this is unwanted work they are doing sometimes. That is informal group of the members doing this kind of works. Then managed group. The groups may be defined. The groups may be formed under a named manager, even though they may not work together much. So the management group of the people. The groups may be formed under a managed name of the managed. So one manager will be have, and one institutions or one organizations or any companies also, and one manager HR is there, but the HR will be maintained for the group of the members under the manager. So the employees will be working in company settings. So what is give instruction to the manager, so that the instruction will be followed for the employer. So even though they may not work together much. So the managed group. So sometimes they will be divided on team. So one team will be doing this work, one team doing that work. So this is managed group members, and they have the main thing in common. The manager and purpose has similar type of work. This manager and give some similarly work, but sometimes somebody is doing, somebody they are not doing, simply sitting or simply doing any other works also. So the main thing in common, they have main thing in commonly because of the company settings. So all are doing on the productions company. So need for production for achieve the today achievement target. But sometimes the employees are doing different work in the company settings. And then process group. What is the process group? The process group act together to enact a process going through the relatively fixed set of instructions. The process means you give some instruction, you will be followed, and regularly, routine working style. So you're going to, this is one of the process, you're going to make one work. So working together, that together to enact a process and going through it a relatively fixed set of instructions. What this instructions give, so you can going to follow this kind of instruction method, you are also going to do the work. And the classic environment is here, manufacturing production slide. Manufacturing and production slide, where every movement is prescribed. Yes, process group, one employee will be there, one company is there. So the employee doing under the company's manager line, under the manager. So they have give some instruction, they have give some guidelines. So the employee is going to do this manufacturing work or production work also. So that is a process group. Semi-formal groups. The many groups act with less formality. In particular, where power is distributed across the group, forcing a more collaborative approach that includes negotiation rather than command and control. So it is a semi-formal groups. So normally they will be doing work. Sometimes give instruction. And under the employees who are working there, just 50 members will be followed, and other 50s they cannot follow. So this is a semi-formal groups. Sometimes give instructions, and that instruction somebody's only will be followed, others they cannot follow. The less formality. The many groups act with the less formality. They are not followed like instructions. So that is semi-formal groups. Then next, goal group. The goal group act together to achieve a shared objective or desired outcome also. So the group of goal, yes, we are a social worker. We have one group, one goal, and bring to the change. Then after the most probably you are going to do or doing time, also study time, also doing some work. We have a goal. We want to goal to achieve the goal. So the goal group. So as a social worker, we are going to give some counseling also, awareness also. We are not give individually. We are going to give grouply. So that is our group goal. We want to give some instruction, some awareness. So bring to the change to the community people. So that is our group goal. So that is our specific objectives also. And then unlike the process groups, there is no clear instruction on how they should achieve this. Although they may be use some process and methods along the way. So unlike the process groups, there is no clear instruction. So this is a goal group and this is an process groups, unlike the process groups. Because some of the groups they do not have clear instructions. How they should achieve this. How they achieved it. It is not possible. We have one goal, we have some ideas, we have some of the instructions. So that is way of approach, that is way of achieve the goal. So that is goal group. Next one, learning group. The learning group comes together to increase their net knowledge. The learning groups comes together to increase their net knowledge. It's the learning group. Some of the people do not knows. But after the acting, after the participator, after the involvement, they are learning a lot of things. In our social work primary method also, the social work primary method, also join the social work. First beginning time you also simply watching, observed only. Then after that you also give lot of development works, lot of development programs, lot of development awareness and counseling, everything. So that is your learning, part of learning. They may act of collaboratively with the discussion and exploration or be taught with a teacher and a syllabus. So the first time you are going to learn, simply stand and observe. Then after that you are going to collaborate. At that time you also go making a decisions, discussions and explorations to be taught with the teacher. You are not the teacher of a syllabus, for the social work syllabus. So you are going to give a lot of ideas. You are going to teach with the people for any kind of community people. So that is learning group. The next one, problem solving group. Problem solving group. You are a leader. So you are leader one of the community, which plays making on some problems. As a leader, go to interact with them, could involve the problem. You also give clear solution. So this is a problem solving. So the problem solving groups come together to address issues that have arisen. So listen problem, eradicate the problem issues. So that is a problem solving groups. They have common purpose in understanding and resolving their issues. Common purpose and understanding and resolving their issues. So the problem solving group, this is important, very important. So wherever you are going to attend any one problem, you will face one problem. So give the clear and common purpose of understanding for the people, resolving the issues. Although the different perspectives can lead to particular disagreements. The particular disagreements. So whenever going to give some such some needs, some judgment, to never depend on partiality. So that justice is common. You are also going to give the common justice. That is a problem solving group need. Next one, friendship group. The groups often develop because individual members have one or more common characteristics. The group often develop because individual members have one or more common characteristics. We call these formations of friendship groups. The groups often develop because individual members have one or more common characteristics. So we are one of the friendly. Sometimes as a social worker going to move the friendly method. The social worker team, more than 20, 30, 40 members will be there. So we are going to give some of the development programs. Just move for a friendly method. So that is very important. So that is a friendship groups. So everything we also discussed. The before we implemented the program, we are also sitting together, discuss the program, and then we are going to implement it for this anyone community. So that is the friendship groups. Next one, interest group. The people who may or may not be aligned into a common command or task group may affiliate to attain a specific objective with which each is concerned. This is an interest group. So one of the people or individual persons, they have the own interest. The own interest and the specific objectives will be each concerned. For all the individuals, the need for own interest. Without interest, everything is not possible. Not possible. You have the own interest, you are also doing very successfully for your development programs. Your own development, or your family development, your community development, your village development. So the interest is very, very must. Without interest, lack of interest, if you are doing any work without lack of interest, it's not possible, it's not successful. So the interest group, so the own interest, the own involvement, so it is very important for this interest group. Thank you so much.